Hello and welcome to this edition of Game Time with Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn for the PlayStation 3. Joining us as always is our currently level 41 White Mage, Chrono Ocelots. And today what we're going to be doing is our next phase of the White Mage class line quest, I suppose, where we have to talk to Rhea Osena over to our character's right, but to our left. And she should be giving us the next step of the level 35 version of it. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Oh, actually, we have a little more ado, sorry. So as you see in my cross hotbar, I did have to switch up some things because whenever you put on your soul crystal, it kind of pulls your first two cross hotbar settings to whatever they think it should be, I guess. So I don't know what the case is. So I had to reorganize everything. So of course I still have everything fixed up now when I hold my R2. So it's about the same as it was before. And now with the L2 one, I had some extra abilities from Marauder and Lancer. So they actually got rid of those because as a White Mage, you're just focused on your sub job and your main job of Conjurer and Arcanist. So those are the only abilities that you can pull from. So I still have my stone and sprint and all that good stuff, but what I had to switch up was I took Virus from Arcanist, and so I still have my stone skin. I have an open spot where I'm going to save that for Cure 3, which I should get at next level. And then next up, over here I have Presence of Mind, which is where it increases my my spell speed for 10 seconds. My Shroud of Saints, and then my Thunder spell that I have from Black Mage. So luckily that was something I pulled over, so I can still pull a few things, but nowhere near as many as I could before. And then of course I still have my Gear Set 3 set up with Epoch and whatnot, and then of course my emotes at 8, but everything else should be blank. So yeah, just want to catch you up with that first. Now let's have a chat over here to circle, exit out. There we go. Rhea Osena here. Okay, only you can prevent Forest Ire. Okay, so what we're going to get is a chunk of experience as always, and then a new spell, regen. So maybe we might have to switch up our hotbar settings again, because this grants healing over time to our target. It's going to be cure potency of 150, and goes for 21 seconds, where it just keeps curing them slowly. So that's nice. Alright, let me see real quick something. There's an instant cast. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, Rhea Osena would teach you to commune with the elementals. So we're going to go and accept that. Chrono. Looking ever more the White Mage. I see. And yet, I fear you are as ready to perform the quieting as a chocobo chick is to carry a woodwhaler clad in full plate. But take heart, for we all must begin somewhere. Today, I will teach you the art of communing with the elementals. This is, by any measure, the very foundation of our art, the means by which we preserve harmony between the forest and our people. Not far from Sorrelhaven, you shall find a tree, a mere sapling in the shadow of the guardian tree, but one that has likewise been consumed by anger and fear. I would ask you to placate this tree. The process is quite simple. Stand before the tree and raise your hands. Commune with the elemental that resides within and attune yourself to it until your feelings are in absolute harmony. Be forewarned, however, the angry elemental can be as stubborn as my dear brother. Do not be surprised if you find your honest plea rebuffed and foul creatures sent to drive you from the forest. No matter what happens, you must remain calm. Dispatch the creatures, settle your heart, and speak to the tree once more. If your heart is true, your voice will reach the elemental ere long. Remember this, Chrono. Under no circumstances must you allow your anger and fear to overcome you. As practitioners of white magic, the magic of succor and solace, such emotions are anathema, I don't know, to our very existence. Okay. So what place was that? I think that was Central Shroud, possibly. Let's find out. Central Shroud. Central. Zoom out a bit. Should be over here. Yep, there we go. Only you can prevent that. So over there by the Hawkeye Manor area, Bent Branch Meadows. Here we come. So back. And Bent Branch 153. You guys gotta start paying me, mate. Killing my money. Okay, so here we are in Bent Branch Meadows. Call on Epoch as always to help us gallop through this area much faster. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be of course up that long little tree route that's there. See if we can make that jump. Yes, got it. Okay. Straight up the tree route, up the scaffolding, and should be close to the area. Let's do this. Okay. Let's try over this way. There's Beefcake. See you over there. Good old fox. Okay, so straight this direction, we're almost there. Or around this tree, and there should be a little opening to our left, which we'll take. This is it. That is it, okay. And this is it, our destination where we need to be at, so go ahead and pop over here. Sense of hostile presence. Okay, so he didn't even want me to round him. So before we get into that, okay. Alright, got my buffs up. This is not hitting me hard, luckily. Since I have on that stone skin. Works wonders, I'll tell you. Move on to you. Stone skin. Okay, and then we're gonna have our little interaction or attunement with this tree. Alright, perfect. Easy enough. Report to Rayo Senna. That was a little too easy, guys. Let's see if this guy wants to still try to aggro us. Okay, it took a while. Just want to see what our range was, since we're 10 levels higher, if he wasn't going to try to fight or what. Okay. So we do what we have to do. Back to Camp Tranquil for Nantigil. Glad I put that as a registered favorite destination because that will be way more expensive, I'm sure. But yes. Okay, so here we are back at Camp Tranquil. To the left over here. Just a little sprint right on over to our lovely lady Rayo Senna. Report to her how easy that was, and we need a better challenge than that. A short while ago I sensed a great anger abate. The forest is quieter, more welcoming now. It would seem you have passed your first test, Chrono. The trees are the elementals. The elementals are the trees. The lush verdure of the wood is inseparable from the spirits that dwell within it. But you do not need to fear this from me. Or you do not need to hear this from me, excuse me. Doubtless you felt it for yourself when you healed that tree. Above all else, the elementals prize harmony. When they sense a threat to harmony, they summon forth all the powers at their disposal to expulse it. For so long, we have lived in peace with the elementals. Why now do they turn against us? I can offer no answers, only theories. But one thing is certain. We must quell the Great One's fury, and do it soon, lest Gridania bear the full brunt of the forest wrath. To soothe the forest wounds and restore harmony, that is our duty as mages of the White. And it is a responsibility that transcends race or nation. Hearing of your success in soothing the ailing tree, I am more certain of this than ever. Sadly, many cannot see past the established practice and tradition, my dear brother among them. One would hope for a bit more open-mindedness given his youth, but alas, his pride as a pagel will not permit it. For my part, I am not entirely unsympathetic to his concerns, and yet the task before us is too great. We must bring him around to see reason. But how? Forgive me, Chrono. I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. Worry not. I will find a way to deal with a run. Okay, so regen is what we have here. I used to call it regain all the time. Complete that. Collect our little experience. Do our little cheer that we get. We'll get a new ability. Dun 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 da. Nice, okay. And next up, look at our thing right here. So we have regen that's over there now. I might go ahead and when I get Cure 3, I might place it in place of a virus instead. But yeah, alright, so next up, since we finished that up quite quick, I mean that's only what 12.5 minutes to do that, we're gonna actually take another one, our next one as well. So, oh brother, where art thou? And what she's going to give us is way more experience with the Divine Seal, a new ability. Increase healing magic potency by 30% for 15 seconds. Okay, interesting, interesting. Really does push us into the White Mage. White Mage, I guess, job class. Chrono, I owe you an apology. When we last spoke, I promised that I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you. But I fear he intently refuses to heed my words. I thought that said woods. I don't know. I clicked past it too fast. Why the more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I can scarce believe we are kin. So intent is he to prove that you are unneeded that he dashed out into the forest all alone, boasting that he would placate every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Needless to say, such a task is far beyond his powers. There is a part of me that would like nothing more than to see the foolish boy learn his lesson. And yet, as a sister, I fear for him, Chrono. Would you go look after him, Chrono? Sincere or no, he is in many ways still a child, and the forest grows ever unsafe these days. At first I thought to go myself, and yet I hoped against hope. Were you to save my brother from his own recklessness, perhaps he might finally see how foolish he has been. Last I saw him, he ran off in the direction of the bramble patch. Please go in haste, lest some ill fate befall him. So the bramble patch is actually next to Hawthorne. So Hawthorne Hut is going to be 178 again. You guys got to start giving me some money from this too. Place my transportation costs. Okay, and here we are in the East Shroud. Let's see here. Bramble Patch is up this direction. That's exactly where he's at. So, of course, called Epoching. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get all these new abilities. So I really am going to have to play with how I want to work my cross hotbars so that it works out more proper for me. Okay, nice fate and all, but we're going to skip right on through you guys because you require too much. Oops, wrong direction. Got mixed up with you. But yeah, you just require too much of my gaming space and on my hard drive, I suppose. Things always slow down. I can't see you guys all the time. Okay, and then straight up, right about that direction. Okay. Okay, right through this little tunnel here, hopefully. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Make sure we got all our stuff squared off. Regen. I got all the stuff cast on myself that I needed. If it isn't my sister's favorite adventurer, come to show me up, have you? Well, you can march right back and tell sister that I am doing just fine. I am just resting. That is, oh. Besides, even if I were hurt and unable to placate this tree, what could a run-of-the-mill adventurer like you do about it? Okay, let's find out. So I'll step inside here. Since I lost the presence, we get some of these guys here. And, oops, I already had that on, so let's not with that. We got to jump on these guys, but I messed up. Whoa. Oh, kill off a few quick. These hit quite hard. Stick on that stone skin. Advising about these guys. Let's see now, at least I can take a little bit more of a hit. Just try to take them off slowly. This. Kill two myself. There we go. Kick back into you. I ran through my magic quite quick, didn't I? No joke at all, these guys, huh? Okay. Yeah, it was tough at first, but yeah, you just gotta stay on top of what everybody beating up into you. Just a little. Right there. Finalize it off. But that regen is nice. Look at that. Gives up 100 each hit. Each tick, nice. Tune ourselves to this tree next. So yeah, that was a level 35 and I was getting whooped up on proper. So I wonder what the level 41's gonna be. A little nervous about it now. Oh wait, oh no wait, I think that one was the level 41. Okay, never mind, that makes sense then. That makes sense. Huh. Beginner's luck. If you think healing a sapling or two is going to convince me that you are a worthy inheritor to the teachings of Master Atoa, enough of this foolishness, or run. You yourself... Oops. Hey, sister, what are you doing here? I didn't hit the button, it just went right through it. Seeing to my pig-headed brother's safety, what do you think I'm doing here? For better or worse, it would appear you suffer only from bruises to your leg and your pride. I run. For all your obstinacy, I know that deep down you are no fool. No, you are wise beyond your years. You realize as well as I the dire fate that will befall Gridania if we do not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the wood. The adventurer is not a Pagil, this is true. But what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and brings ruin to our home? We have a greater calling to answer. You know this. I do, sister. Oh, do not be silly. What are sisters for, if not to forgive their little brothers' fits and folly? Besides, a more important task awaits us, the three of us. I do believe our work here is done. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. You gonna teleport us this time, love? Get back here. Use teleport. Okay, so guess that about does it. So 3. Teleport right on back again to Camp Tranquil. This time it's 110, a little bit further away. Alright, and we're back to Camp Tranquil. Never know which direction to take off to exactly. There we go. They always put you down in a different aetheryte or a different aetheryte position based on, I'm not sure what they determine it from, but yeah, sometimes you'll be facing away, sometimes you'll be, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to tell the difference really. Oops, it's not you. I need to talk to you. Rayosana. Chrono, thank you. I knew it was only a matter of time before a run came around to reason, and yet his hesitance to accept you was not entirely unfounded. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be regarded as a forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is as good a day as any for the telling. Oh, crap. Here goes another long story. The tale begins some 3 millennia ago, in the 5th astral era. It was the time of endless frost, when a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce, and warmth scarcer. The histories hold many a grim tale of those who died in their beds, starving and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born out of the most fundamental instinct, survival. And in time the winter thawed, and magic was no longer essential for survival, but once awakened to its conveniences, there was no returning to how things once were. Ere long, the people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilization flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt, and nations warred for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power, to rain destruction down upon their enemies. So was born black magic, the most devastating form of our sorcery the world has ever seen. At the same time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who would keep this immense destructive power in check. That is white magic, our magic. Does this surprise you, Chrono? Just as there can be no dawn without night, the white and black are but two sides of the same coin. War raged on, and magic was used and abused with little concern for the consequences, and consequences there were. Unchecked use of unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of aether, threatening to bring blight to the land. The magic of healing, it made a little difference. If used with no concern for the aether, our magic could prove as ruinous to the land as the most devastating black magic spell. And so it was that the practicing of white magic was forbidden, with one exception: the Pagil. Our kind were entrusted as sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, to serve as healers and bringers of peace, while ensuring that this great power would never again be misused. Though he is still young, Arun feels this profound sense of responsibility as strongly as any of us, thus his hesitance to accept you. But having seen your abilities and the sincerity of your intentions, you can rest assured his doubts have been dispelled. With the three of us united in place and purpose, and your skills ever growing, the day that we may perform the quieting draws ever nearer. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet been entirely consumed by fury, but time is of the essence. To commune with the Great One and restore the Twelveswood to its former state of harmony, we must truly be one of heart, one of mind. So it is to this end that Atoa Kant has guided you to us. Further your mastery of our art, Chrono, and let us mend the wounds of the wood together. Good, thank you. Alright, wasn't too bad. So Divine Seal is what we get. Increases healing magic by 30% for 15 seconds. And accept that. Da, 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 da. Nice, okay, so now we have Divine Seal. And for you Final Fantasy 11ers out there, of course you should remember that that ability. Alright, so next up, Divine Seal is going to be placed in our second area, right there. So Divine Seal, Presence of Mind, Shroud of Strength. Honestly, I think that's a good place to keep it at for the time being. Followed up by, let's see, this Virus. It's a full-on attack. Debating where I should put that at. No, because that slows them up. I love having it slowed. Virus is just something new, so we'll go there. Actually, no, we'll keep it there for now until we actually get Gear 3. Once we get Gear 3, then we'll be able to switch that out and work on our next little gear set, which will play with that. Right about that area. Okay, guys, so I guess that should about do it, since we're reaching just about right under time. Actually, this is perfect. This is probably the closest that we've ever reached our actual 30-minute episode limit. So, hey guys, I'd like to thank you on behalf of Chrono Ocelot, Rhea Osena over here, the two Mughals, and of course her brother Arun Osena, who isn't around at the moment. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this edition of Game Time with Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn for the PlayStation 3. And until next time, guys, this is us saying bye-bye, farewell, and we'll see you soon.